Well, our in-house film critic, Lisa Nesselson, has been following events for us there in Los Angeles. She joins me now on set. Lisa, Moonlight winning there, despite that slight, awkward onstage mistake.
That slight awkward moment on stage, you couldn't have scripted, and I'm so glad they didn't. I was actually yelling swear words at the screen. Smoke was coming out of these ears, you see, and now happy adrenaline is coursing through my veins because it would have been a mistake for La La Land to win. Why? It's a nice movie. It's not an extraordinary film. As you said, Moonlight is small budget. It's not my favorite of the films that were competing, but it's one of those, you know, the enemy of my friend of my... I'm just happy that it's not La La Land. And it wasn't Warren Beatty's fault. They brought out Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty on the 50th anniversary of the film. They made together Bonnie and Clyde. And he opened the envelope, and she actually said under her breath, "You're impossible," because she thought he was trying to prolong the suspense. But in fact, he was looking at a sheet of paper that didn't give him the correct information and wasn't sure what to do. So that was a wonderful, wonderful moment. La La Land did, however, win, I believe, 7 awards, 2 of them massive errors. That would be Best Director for Damien Chazelle, who is a very talented young man. I am very much looking forward to his next film, which will have Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong, the astronaut. But this is not a great film. It's a nice piece of work, and he was in such accomplished company. But the biggest mistake of the evening, in my humble opinion, would be Emma Stone for Best Actress. The Academy did this a few years ago. They picked Jennifer Lawrence over Emmanuel Riva, who just died a few months ago, who gave a magnificent performance in Michael Haneke's Amour. I believe it was her 84th or 85th birthday that very day. Jennifer Lawrence is incredibly talented, but she was 23 or 24, and that role, Silver Linings Playbook, was just not that special. They've done the same thing this evening.
And of course, Emma Stone wins over the biggest French hope there, Isabelle Huppert.
Isabelle Huppert, which if you give the award to an actress for a specific role, which she embodies in such a way that you can't imagine anyone else ever playing it in any parallel universe, this was Isabelle Huppert's best role out of over 100. She was extraordinary, but any of the other women there gave fabulous performances. Emma Stone was fine. She was lovely, but she wasn't great.
Okay, let's talk about the Iranian film, The Salesman, which has picked up the best foreign film, despite the director boycotting the whole event.
That may even have pushed people to vote for it. Of course, he's a previous Best Foreign Language Film winner, Iranian director for The Separation, which is a better film, in my humble opinion, again, than this one. But this one is quite strong. It won 2 awards at Cannes. And I believe we have a snippet of it.
My absence is out of respect for the people of my country and those of other 6 nations whom have been disrespected by the inhumane law that bans entry of immigrants to the U.S. Filmmakers can turn their cameras to capture shared human qualities and break stereotypes of various nationalities and religions. They create empathy between us and others, an empathy which we need today more than ever.
Throughout the evening, people made pointed statements. The great Mexican actor, Gael Garcia Bernal, referred to himself as a migrant worker. He said, what people in my field do is go to different countries and work with other people from different countries. And so walls are not what, you know, the people I work with are looking for. No one was particularly strident, and I think the message got across beautifully. Also, best documentary short subject, not short subject went to White Helmets, which is a lengthy short film. It's about 40 minutes long, about the people who are trying to save lives in the horrific conditions in Syria. And the head of the White Helmets organization sent a message saying that their work is guided by a verse in the Quran, which says that he who saves one life saves all lives. I think we have a snippet of that as well.
We're so grateful that this film has highlighted our work to the world. Our organisation is guided by a verse from the Quran. To save one life is to save all of humanity. We have saved more than 82,000 Syrian lives. I invite anyone here who hears me to work on the side of life to stop the bloodshed in Syria and around the world.
Best Actor went to Casey Affleck, who was truly humble, stunned, and happy. He was in wonderful company. I have to say, they cut away to Denzel Washington in the audience, and he looked a little peeved. He may have thought that this was his moment to shine. But Manchester by the Sea is an extraordinary film. The structure of that movie is unbelievable. Its writer and director picked up an original screenplay award earlier in the evening, and it's not a feel-good movie by a long shot unless you feel good when you've seen a good film. I think we have Mr. Affleck expressing himself.
Taught me how to act was Denzel Washington, and I just met him tonight for the first time. Thank you. And to all the other nominees who did great work, I'm proud to be in your company. You guys are very brave, and I admire what you do. And I'm only here really because of all the talents and goodwill of so many people that are impossible to name.
Lisa, that means that there's no win for Ryan Gosling tonight.
No, he was not favored to win, but La La Land was nominated in 14 categories. It could only have won 13 since 2 of them were for Best Song. It did win Best Song for City of Stars, and it won 7 awards in total. But I don't think that's good news for the world of filmmaking because it's about, I don't know, there's posters up on bus shelters all over Paris right now. It's sold almost 2 million tickets. 1 million is usually considered a hit here in France. And it says Le Feel-Good Film de l'année, which is the feel-good film of the year. I didn't feel good when I walked out of it because it just wasn't that good. So Moonlight, if this will get more people to see it, of course, that's always a plus. But what a terrific ending to a very well-produced show with a lot of excellent gags. And one of them that I particularly enjoyed was Hollywood stars reading actual, authentic, mean tweets that people had written about them and responding to them. That's not something you would have seen when the Oscars started 89 years ago.
Indeed not. Lisa Nesselson, thank you very much, our in-house film critic there with the latest on the Oscars.